Today when I am talking to you, Kashmir is over 15 million people, and we have the majority of the people in Indian occupied Kashmir, which is almost 9.8 million. Then we have almost 2.9 million, they are living in Azad Kashmir. Then we have almost close to 1 million people, they live in Gilgit-Baltistan. Then we have closer to 2 million people according to United Nations refugees, High Commissioner on Refugees. We have 2 million people. No one really knows that. We have 2 million people who have migrated from Kashmir to Pakistan since 1947. They are the state subject of Kashmir. Then we have almost more than 1 million people who are Kashmiri diaspora, as you know. Then in England alone, there are more than 700,000 Kashmiris from Azad Kashmir living in the United Kingdom, like America, elsewhere. So the total number of people, whether they are in diaspora, they are in Azad Kashmir or Indian occupied Kashmir, it is over 15 million people of Kashmir. And in the Valley of Kashmir, let me tell you a very interesting census here. The Valley of Kashmir, which is obviously this very bone of contention of India right now, that according to the latest census, the Valley of Kashmir is 5.9 million people. 5.9 million people. The latest census, which was conducted by India in Kashmir, that was conducted before this latest phase of freedom in Kashmir. According to that census, that's not my census, that's the census of India, there were only 93,000 Kashmiri Hindus, which we call them as Pandits. So the rest of the people there were Muslims. So in other words, in the Valley of Kashmir, the Muslim majority is 99.3%. 99.3%, and rest are Buddhists, Sikhs, and Hindus. But let me tell you one thing, this is very important to understand. Thank God, and this has not been since partition. We have lived together for the last more than 700 years. And there's a historical fact. When India was bleeding and Pakistan was bleeding during the partition, Indians, the Hindus killing the Muslims, and Muslims killing the Hindus, and Sikhs killing both Hindus and Muslims, and only God Almighty knows, and obviously more than 3 million people got killed. Mahatma Gandhi, he went to Kashmir because he knew that in Kashmir, I am talking about 1981, there were only 93,000. So I think in 1947, there were only maybe 30,000-40,000 Kashmiri Pundits. So he got very worried because this minutest minority of Kashmiri Pundits, they were very significant in terms of their intellectual capability, in terms of their political influence, not only in Kashmir, but even in India. As you know that the founding Prime Minister, he was a Kashmiri Pandit, Pandit Nehru. So he went to Kashmir in order to make sure that these Kashmiri Pandits, they are safe. He is on the record to have said, Mahatma Gandhi, when he went to Srinagar, he could not believe his eyes that all these Kashmiri Pandits, they have left their houses and they took the refuge in the houses of the Kashmiri Muslims. Then Mahatma Gandhi said there in Srinagar that I see the ray of hope of communal harmony coming from the streets of Kashmir. How many people know that the very term fundamentalism, it is quite inapplicable to Kashmiri society. It may be applicable even to the United States. It is applicable to India. It is applicable to Pakistan and Afghanistan. It is quite inapplicable to the Kashmiri society, because one of the proud tradition of Kashmiri society is the sustained tradition of tolerance, sustained tradition of amity, sustained tradition of brotherhood and sisterhood between the members of the different religions. How many people know that the founding fathers of Kashmiri freedom struggle, as I mentioned in the last time, it was one of the leaders was Sheikh Muhammad Abdullah, obviously Kashmiri Muslim. But we had a people like Ramchandra Kak. And Ramchandra Kak was not an ordinary person. Ramchandra Kak was the Prime Minister of Maharaja at the time of partition. Before the partition, he was the Prime Minister of Kashmir. But he was a Hindu. And Ramchandra Kak gave the suggestion to Maharaja, let us accede to Pakistan. He did not even want independent Kashmir. He said, let us accede to Pakistan. We had Premnath Bajaj. Premnath Bajaj was one of the greatest historians of South Asia, but he was a Kashmiri Pandit. He said, he has written a history of Kashmir. He said, is it a crime to decide your own history? Is it a crime to make your own history? He wanted an independent Kashmir. So the reason Premnath Bajaj, the reason Ramchandra Kak as Hindu as Kashmiri Pundits, they were the founding fathers of Kashmiri freedom struggle. Let me make it clear. Why they were the founding fathers of Kashmiri freedom struggle? Because they knew it. In 1947, as I know it today in 2010, that Kashmir is not a fight between Hinduism and Islam. That Kashmir is not a struggle between Hindus and Muslims. That Kashmir is not an issue of theocracy and Islam. Kashmir is not a border dispute between New Delhi and Islamabad. Kashmir is about the hopes. Kashmir is about the future. It is about the aspirations, as I told you, of 15 million people of Kashmir, whether they are the Muslims, they are the Hindus, they are the Sikhs, they are the Buddhists. See, when we are talking about the United Nations resolution, go and see it. You can open any book, or you can go to Google and see United Nations Security Council on Kashmir. United Nations resolutions, they gave the right to the people of Kashmir. They did not give the right to the Muslims of Kashmir. Though the Muslims of Kashmir, they are also the people of Kashmir, they have also the right. So the right was given to the people of Kashmir irrespective of their religious background. So that's why I want to make it clear that the issue of Kashmir, it's not the issue of fundamentalism, it's not the issue of religion, it's the basic issue that was agreed upon at the United Nations between India and Pakistan. Let me also give you one more quote. Mr. Gopalaswamy. Mr. Gopalaswamy was the Indian delegate to the United Nations in 1948. Mr. Gopalaswamy, obviously under the instructions of India, he said that we have given this promise to, this is in the United Nations, it is in the Security Council. It is when Sir Zafrullah Khan was representing Pakistan and he was representing India, Gopalaswamy. He said, we have given this promise to the people of Kashmir that they are going to decide the future of Kashmir. He did not stop there. He said the people of Kashmir have the right. This is Mr. Gopalaswamy saying in the Security Council in 1948, January 25 of 1948, and he says, people of Kashmir have the right to become the part of this body, which is the United Nations. What does that mean, to be the part of this body? Mean that they have the right to become the independent, because unless you become independent, you cannot be the part of the body. So that's why it is very important to understand that when the people of Kashmir are demanding their right, they are not demanding because they are Muslims, they are not demanding because they have majority Islam, they are demanding because they were given the pledge by the United Nations Security Council, and India and Pakistan, they gladly, without any force, without any pressure, without any coercion, they gladly agreed to that and sign on to those agreements. That's why it is binding. That's why it is the responsibility of the United Nations. That's why it's the responsibility of the United States to help resolve the issue of Kashmir according to the wishes of the people of Kashmir, not according to the wishes of India and Pakistan. Obviously, India and Pakistan, they are the very important parties to the dispute. They have to be on the negotiating table, but the final settlement cannot be by the President of Pakistan. It cannot be by the Prime Minister of India. It has to be by all the segments of the people of State of Jammu and Kashmir.